Drill 5. Recovery switch. Firstly with a low arm recovery, then at 90 degrees, and then with a full extended arm. It is essential when coaching this drill that you do not sacrifice the horizontal body position and length of stroke. After every arm pull, ensure that this position is reset. This drill develops the catch of the stroke in line with the athlete's strength, progressing to a straight arm catch which is more suited to shorter events such as the 50-meter free, depending on the frame of the athlete and their swimming style. Most junior swimmers should stick to drills 1 and 2. When a swimmer achieves the appropriate strength for the drill, they should almost feel like they are swimming downhill.
Hip-Flexor Smash. During the setup, the foam roller is positioned off-center. This will allow the foam roller to move freely and unobstructed. The foam roller is positioned at the top portion towards the front of the hip. A bony prominence at the front of the hip can be felt. This is called the anterior superior iliac spine and can be used as a point of reference for where to position the foam roller. The movement is performed with a long sweeping motion. This is done along the front of the hip and thigh. If there is a greater emphasis required for the inside or outside of the hip and thigh, the swimmer can turn the foot in or out respectively to target these areas. IT Band and Tfl Smash. The foam roller is placed along the long bony prominence on the outside of the hip. The swimmer takes their weight onto their arms and the upper supporting leg with the foot placed on the floor. The swimmer can then push along the foam roller, kneading into the deep fascia of the IT band and the belly of the TFL, which can be found at the top of the outside of the hip.
Internally rotated, bent over lat stretch. Firstly, adopt a long neutral spine. The swimmer then can hinge at the hip, taking hold of the rack with his hand, making sure that the thumbs are facing down. drop the chest as low as possible while still maintaining a neutral spine. This will get an adequate stretch. In order for the swimmer to increase the stretch, the swimmer can lean out to one side, and this will be on the side of the stretched limb. Hollow body hold. The swimmer must firstly adopt a neutral position with their hips. This can be seen with the swimmer actively pushing their lower back towards the floor. This position must be set in place before moving the legs. Once the legs have been raised, the lower back position must be maintained throughout the duration of the exercise. The swimmer, with their arms pointing vertically, raises their shoulders and upper trunk from the floor to engage the abdominal further. Whilst maintaining a strong pelvic neutral position, the legs are raised from the ground. This position is then held throughout the duration of the exercise. Band high fives. The swimmer can be in either a standing or kneeling position. The swimmer's arm is set at shoulder height in a 90-90 position. The shoulder must be set back and down along the spine into a scapular neutral position and maintained throughout the movement. The anchor point of the band must be placed high above the swimmer's head height to provide resistance throughout the greatest range of movement.
W position hand taps. The swimmer draws the legs together tight, adopts a neutral position with the pelvis, slides the shoulders back and down the spine. The arms are set into a 90-90 position. The arms are then raised from the floor while maintaining a scapular neutral position. When the elbows are raised as high as possible, the swimmer begins to rotate from the shoulders until the hands lightly touch the floor.